Niasoto shamila halakura, sharia olakoya e kiasana sele halakura kese, la hila koriambakura, alahi, la sonotereki ishanase, la shanakaliata. Good day, good love, good light. Illuminators and wayshowers, and welcome. Thank you for joining us in this amazing, magical day of alchemy, of walking through the master's chambers of transformation as we celebrate with three high priestess today in today's light language linguist and oracle lounge. And I am absolutely delighted today. This day, so many bridges have been crossed, and that brought us to this day. I am so excited. So thank you all for being here. My name is Wendy. If you're new to my channel, Languages of Lights, I started this channel. Wow, it's been a little over 4 years ago as I began speaking light languages shortly before that. And it was through this channel and through the light languages that I actually was reunited with my beautiful priestess sisters here that are here today. And one synchronicity after another. Now, if you were watching my channel, and thank you to all you new viewers, new subscribers, if you're new to the channel, and thank you to all of you who've been with me through that whole journey. And we each find each other on each step of the journey. And when you feel familiar with this, as I did, hearing these light languages and knowing it's something that's stirred within your heart, you know you're finding your family. And here are two sisters that I was delighted to reunite with. And I wasn't even sure where to start, but I will begin by saying Holly and I found each other, and I believe she found me, if I'm not mistaken, through my channel. And I think she was sending comments, and I think, isn't that how we started connecting? Oh, hang on. She's trying to unmute. Hang on.
Through the human colony.
So it was through human colony. Okay, so I started speaking light languages through a group of channeling and light language community called Human Colony. And I wasn't sure if it was through there that we met. And so, and interestingly so, I believe at the same time, or right around the same time, I had also met your sister, your Earth sister, through all of this in some fashion. And so Holly and I then had the opportunity, and I can't remember how long it was in between, that we got to meet for the first time physically. And it was at the Beyond Belief retreat where, I mean, one magical thing happened after another. And it was in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And actually it was 3 years ago. This year it will be, if I'm right, 3 years. So 333. This really is a day of trinary consciousness, the Trinity, the unity, and it was really interesting because what I started to say was, if you guys watched if you're watching my channel and you saw my video before, we were hoping that we could coordinate with Linda Lee, and then she was traveling. She had some other engagements. There was a schedule conflict. She wasn't able to make it. And so it was really interesting because this morning in my meditation, I said, well, you know, originally I felt as if this was supposed to be a trinary, Trinity, unity, situation. And I even said to Holly, when we were setting this up, I got this thing to do it on the 13th, the day of transformation. And today, as I digress for just a moment, the Syrian sacred circuit for today, for 13, is transform. So I thought it was very appropriate that we would have this transformational day and also the 333 energy and of this third month of the third year. And so I just felt like there was supposed to be 3 of us. And it was it was minutes before we went live. minutes, I tell you guys. And my dear friend Alicia, Temple Beautiful, says, "Hey, anything fun happening today?" And I'm like, well, it just so happens that I'm going live in a few minutes. She's like, "What? That's like right now." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right now." So all of these things were transpiring behind the scenes. And so going back to then all these other synchronicities that were happening with me. So I was guided to light my candles today. 3 candles that these are, I'm going to make sure they're not too hot yet. Well, maybe. These were made by Miguel Mendonça, the one who wrote We Are the Disclosure 1 and 2 and Meet the Hybrids and being, and so many of his glass work is I have back here in triangles and Trinity and pyramids. And so I know the three of us together have been in the pyramids, have been the high priestess, have been. And so today was the first day and he hand makes these. And so of this beautiful glasswork. And so, and this one actually has, and I don't know if you can't see it without a light behind it, but there is actually an alien face in behind here that I don't know if you guys would be able to see it with the light, with the candle light in front of it or not. If I can set it there. See, I don't know if can you see it? I'll set it there for just a second. So there's actually an alien face that is actually molded into here. And so all of this pyramid energy was with us today, of course, with the 333. And so today was the first day that I unveiled these. I bought special tea light candles for the occasion. And I just can't tell you one synchronicity after the other, because both of these women, sisters, have been, I know, with me in many, many parallel realities. And so it was very interesting that just by happenstances, once again, it happens, you guys. I said this morning in my meditation, if there is anyone else that is supposed to join us today, she will make herself evident to me today. I am not freaking kidding you.
That's so crazy.
No, I know.
Crazy,
I'm
but it's super
buzzing.
cool.
I can't believe it. And so up until the minute, it was what, 2:50? I swear, right before we were getting ready to go on. And she sends me this message. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? 1, 2, 3. I've got 3 pyramids. And then here's the ring I was looking for, you guys. See, we were talking about Lemuria, Lemurian crystals, and Atlantis today, and the 3 of us and our connections. Now, mind you guys, these 2 gals haven't even met yet till today. So all of these crazy synchronicities. So I meet Holly in person at this Beyond Belief retreat, and it was beyond belief. So Holly was the first person who's ever taken me on a shamanic journey. She took me on my very first shamanic journey. It was like, and just the way the whole weekend turned out, it just so happened that, and even that wasn't planned, was it? It wasn't planned. It just happened that way that she and I ended up being just alone in the house at the time at the retreat. And she took me on my first shamanic journey. Look what I look what I ordered. Now I didn't even put this together, Holly. Look what I ordered and I got yesterday. The shaman's oracle. That weekend and meeting Holly and everything that happened that weekend, not only did it change my life, every single thing that happened, every minute of that weekend altered my being completely in every way, shape, or form. But the things that happened with Holly and I are things that were so like out there, you couldn't make it up. But it was like we met our jinn. We met our jinn. I mean, and so many things happened with that. But what I want to tell you guys is what's so interesting about all of this stuff too, is that was Holly is the one that I've been telling you guys about in all of my videos. I talk about you all the time, Holly. She's the one who was the very first person who did a reading. I have never bought an oracle deck in my life. She was the first person who did a reading for us with many of her decks, this included. I fell in love immediately as soon as we got back from that weekend. This was the first deck I ever bought, was this one that she did. She had us all in tears doing readings, that because they were so damn accurate. And so it was so emotional. We had the trip of our lives. I mean, and it was truly a divine situation. And so to be here today with both of these gals is freaking awesome for me. It just like I'm buzzing with excitement and this Trinary unity. But it's all of these layers, you guys. It's the High Priestess, it's Lemuria, it's Atlantis, it's the ETs, but it's also beyond that. It's beyond that. It's the angels. She and I share so much angelic energy. And then as soon as Holly met Alicia, she's like, oh my God, High Priestess. And so this is how this happens when we gather like this. And Holly, so now I got to tell you, Holly designed this for me, this mandala, and this were the symbols that she put on here along with this wolf print. And she specifically chose, this and the number of petals and the paw print in the middle, the wolf print in the middle. And I'm so bad about this. I didn't even write on there the date or what do you remember what the actual meaning was? I can't write. I was going to ask you before this so that we could actually be, educated.
I think it had something to do with
it was like
no boundaries.
Yes, it was like unlimited expansion or something like that.
Yes.
And it was very interesting. Now, what's funny is that she didn't even know that I have had this stone.
Ooh.
I have had this stone, this paw print stone. I bought this in probably, I don't know, maybe in the early 1990s. So long before I knew Holly. And isn't it weird, you guys, that that's exactly what she chose? And of course, Wendy Wolf. Yes, of course, It makes sense. But what I mean is, that she didn't even know. But what's even weirder is, look at the color. Now, Holly was the one who also handmade and gifted this to me, which also was essential in my connection. Yes. When I connected to this and bonded with it after she sent it to me, because she sent this to me, and with specifically 11 links because of me and my 1111 and all of that, and being born, my life path number is 11 and my birth path number is 11, and being born in the 11th month and so on. And of course, the 11, master energy, it has 11 links. But look at the color of the stones. So very, very, very similar. I found it very interesting. And these are more of a rose, though, like a rosy, almost more of a rosy color. But the synchronicity between all of this was just so dang weird.
Well, and that rosy color matches our synchronicity.
And so we were talking today about how none of us talked, you guys. Look at the three of us, the colors, look at the three of us, what we wore today. The same exact colors. And look, even my legs are like, so you see what I'm saying? You just can't make this stuff up. But this is, you guys kept making it up. I asked my guides, what color should I wear today? And they said, here, take this, take this, take this. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Council of 11 was what I was actually like. So not only did my time with her confirm when I woke up from a dream one day and they said, you are a shaman, you are a galactic shaman. And then she takes me for my first shamanic journey, many months later after that happened. And that confirmed that for me. And the thing that I saw, and one of them was my eagle spirit, which is very interesting because I have eagles here too. But the fact that the Council of 11, and then she was getting the name Rose. And when I received it, I was hearing the name Pasha. And so I was hearing Pasha Rose, Pasha Rose. So I remember looking up the name Pasha one day, and in one of the translations, it said messenger. And I was like, well, well, so it's like, okay. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Bashar's birthday is on 11/11. The Arabic meaning for Bashar is also messenger. And I'm like, now you guys know how connected I am to the dang Shikani. So I'm like, okay, this is so beyond weird. But again, this goes beyond even those scopes. This is so many levels and layers of what all of us simultaneously, and the three of us specifically in this gathering of lights today, is about. We weren't even expecting the three of us to be able to be together today, but yet all these connections that I was feeling. And what's interesting is I also got the Angels and Ancestors deck, which seemed also very appropriate for this gathering. And none of these I've done a reading with yet at all. The secret language of light. So I thought it was very interesting too that I have 3 brand new decks here. And then including the one, which I have a bunch more, and then including, of course, the one that, inspired me to begin even reading oracle cards. Now, I received my very first deck about 30 years ago from a friend for a birthday gift, and it was the let's see if I have it here handy. The Witches Oracle, I think, by Lenormand. I still don't read with that deck because it's complicated.
Check this out, Wendy.
Because you. Sorry. Yeah, so what do you got there, doll?
Okay, so I'm just randomly shuffling, and I swear to God, these 3 totally jumped out together in a little pack, and they're all pink. They're all pink.
And one of them's Angel.
Wait, okay, so one of them is stress reduction, de-stress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, because we're in Mercury retrograde, right? So
that's true.
Rest,
good
recharge.
Point.
This next one is Topaz, forgiveness heals. Time to release suppressed anger that's blocking your health and happiness. And again, with the retrograde.
Topaz, you guys, Topaz is my birth stone. Oh my God, yellow topaz is the birthstone
awesome.
And that's what this reminded me of, Holly. And the chrysanthemum is also the flower for November. Did you even know that, Holly? So do you see? Wow. Okay. That just.
No, your guides.
Go. Wendy. Sorry, this is really crazy. Remember I was talking about the three temples on Lemurius, Atlantis, and Egypt?
Yes.
Temple Sacrifice is the first one, Temple Beautiful is the second one, and Temple of Initiation is the third one.
Oh my God.
So these cards, there's one for each temple. So before this totally just blew.
Oh my God.
My mind is totally blown right now. Okay, so the first card is the spiritual or religious community. So this card is for Temple Sacrifice. And what Temple Sacrifice was, we call the project, galactically, we call these Earth projects DNA, one of the first DNA projects here. So this is when there is like a DNA catastrophe, and there was people walking around with like horns or like centaurs, or like, not that it was a catastrophe.
I'm a centaur.
Really?
I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm a centaur. See? You guys see?
The problem with the project is that it wasn't done with love. It wasn't done with
exactly. It was done.
Yeah. So when they came in, they
Yes.
came into these temples, this was the first one, and they would come in and they would sacrifice everything. It was kind of like a hermitage. You would come in, you would leave your family. A lot of these beings lived kind of in the outskirts anyway, and they weren't accepted. So that's what the spiritual religious community is.
That's
for
true.
temple sacrifice. The next one is Temple Beautiful, which is the one I worked at. And this one is stress reduction. So what we did there is we helped bring about energy and vibration, and we used music and dance. And Wendy, this is so you. We use like music and dance and
Yes.
languages and all kinds of arts. And so we helped heal. We helped heal on energetic levels. So after they graduated that temple, then they would go into the Temple of Initiation. And this one is Forgiveness Heals. So they would learn to forgive, those who made them and any other issues that they had. And then there was DNA workers there, and they would clone bodies for them, so they could actually remove their essence and put it into a body using their DNA. It was all very
Wow.
complicated, but anyway.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say hi to everybody out there. Hey, Temple, what is the name of that deck? They want to know.
Oh, this one is called the Crystal Angels deck.
Oh my God. I really love that.
So-
And these guys, wait till you see these cards, you guys. These are like literally heavenly. They're so beautiful. Go ahead, Holly. What you got?
Oh, nothing. I was just going to say I have that deck too, Temple.
This is
do you?
great.
If I can call you Temple.
Yes,
there's
please.
kinda-
It's
you
so
know what? I got to tell you
appropriate.
guys too. This is
feel
really
so
fun
Temple
too
to
because
me.
my guides told me, see, this is just an old lipstick case with a mirror in it. And so my guides told me yesterday, this is what's so weird about how all this happens, because as soon as these two got together, we started talking about Lemuria. Yesterday, my guides told me, now this is what we're talking about permission slips, you guys, and all this stuff. My guide said, put your Lemurian crystal inside with the mirror because we want to magnify and reflect the Lemurian energy to and from the crystal. And I'm like, I can't make this stuff up, you guys. It's like, this is the kind of, see? And then Holly. So now Holly, tell them when we were at the retreat, the Beyond Belief retreat in Arkansas, that stone that she's holding, and this is another weird coincidence, you guys, with my golf ball thing. Tell them about what we did that in Arkansas.
I can't remember the exact day or even the exact
I
mountain,
know, it's like, because everything's now, right?
It was actually, we were on the top of this one mountain, and all around us were water and islands, and then in the distance was the other island. That was our focus.
That place was incredible.
The other island. But underneath the whole expanse of everything were these massive Lemurian crystal caverns that we were led as a group to go activate the Lemurian sisterhood. And I was led to bring, this is from the mountaintop, and that very night, I was led to do a shamanic journey with Sarah. And I had this with me, and they imprinted their essence, the ones we awakened, the Lemurian sisterhood, into this stone. And that was during me guiding her through that journey. They connected with me so strongly, I literally passed right out. I just fell over. And they said, not only to me, but for me to tell the other sisters as I find them, that the mission is to find the sisters and bring them back to the fold, awaken them. Find the sisters. And then when all the sisters are together, then the message will come of what the mission is.
See, and isn't that interesting how, and then as soon as we got together today, and why would my guides tell me for the last 24 hours, and yesterday was my Earth sister's birthday, and she reminds me so much of Holly. It's just so weird. All of these levels and layers And then that magnifying the Lemurian, the Lemurian, energy. It's like, that is not, you can't make this stuff up. And
No.
and when I very first started my light language channel, one of the very first things that I heard and understood, and this also came through the Shikani and Bashar and things like that, through meditations and telepathic messages. And one of the things I understood right away, which is very interesting that you brought that stone, and how the three of us are so connected to things like this and crystals. I used to get all these messages when I would do my light language videos, walking in the farm fields and in the woods in the forest where I used to live up north. And I would find all these golf balls that these, golfers would mess around, they would just shoot them out there for practice. And it was like, every time I had a question for my guides, I would look down and there would be a golf ball and it would have a name or a number or something on it. And it was like, bam, a message from my source. It was like, I would see it and I would burst into tears because I knew it was a message for me. This one I found, and I remember finding this, and I was asking my guides when they said to me, you are speaker new. You are a stone speaker. You speak to the mountains. You speak to the trees. You are a speaker by nature. This is what you are. And I remember Bashar talking about the stone speakers, and something like clicked in me. Like I could feel that feeling, when and I found this golf ball one day, and look at that, the name on there, stone.
Did you read Sacred Geometry's post? I don't think you did. So this is very synchronistic.
No, I did. Oh, Brandy. Hey, Gail. Hey, Brandy. Hey, you guys. I know I can't go back and forth.
Okay, check this out. It's okay. I got it. I got your back, yo.
Got you, baby.
So Sacred Geometry says, I once found a golf ball too, which was synchronistic because of what was written on it. And then you just talked about your story.
Oh my God. So, and the sweet, look at the other side, sweet shot. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys answered my question. I was just like, now who would believe this crap? There I am crying in the middle of a damn farm field going, oh my God, they answered my question on a golf ball.
And when Holly was talking about getting all the priestesses together for the next update for the mission, that sent chills through me.
Totally, you guys. I mean, seriously,
chills are a confirmation.
Total comfort. And that's another thing, you guys ask of, well, how do I connect to my guides? Well, how do I know? Well, that's how you know. You get emotional, you cry, you get chills, you go, oh my God, you're like this knowing, and the card you pulled, Angelite. I have my Angelite heart here and my rose quartz heart here. So we all wear pink, right? And I won't be ashamed to tell you I have blue underwear on. So
all right.
Angelite. So, and actually this is the same color as the stripe in my pants, this like light blue. So it's really weird how that one ripple is running through. Angelite, a stone of heightened awareness with focus on peace and sisterhood. It gives protection in the environment around your body, promotes compassion and understanding, helps you to speak the truth when this is difficult, alleviates psychological pain, increases telepathy, facilitates contact with angels. Healers use Angelite to unblock energy pathways. This is why we're here today, you guys, together. All of this, what just happened, and all of this connection with the three of us gals, the sisterhood.
And I was thinking, like, with there's also massive crystal caves in like Lemurian Atlantis, and we were talking about our crystals, and I wanted to share with you guys what I brought today, which
yes, she's got it. I have my little one.
which is so connected. He's adorable.
Isn't he?
He
He's
looks
purple.
like he had a shiner on his cheek.
I know.
Wow, So yeah, which is so synchronistic with holding the information that we're bringing back that was in Atlantis and Lemuria and Egypt, and what the crystals can all do, and the crystal skulls and all that stuff. So his name is Ju, J-U, Long, Ju Long. I wanted to call him Juju, but he got really upset at me,
Yeah, I'll bet.
so I have to call him G1. So anyway, he's a dragon skull, but yeah, so I carry him with me wherever I go now.
Dragons, baby. Golden dragons. Yeah.
Oh,
We are awesome.
we rock.
That is so cool,
We
you
rock
guys.
your socks. We rock the socks and the underwear, apparently.
And my underwear, right? So, and even this, okay, so I made, now this is a long time ago when I was learning about permission slips and stuff. So I made this little mirror. This like fell out of a cosmetic thing or something. And actually the shells are falling off. I glued shells around it. It's just a little mirror. So you guys can see yourselves in the mirror. And so today I put, this is so weird too. And this was, I did this before I knew Temple was going to join us. So this is what's so weird too, you guys. So I put all 3 of these, I put all 3 of these on the mirror, and they're all 3 different types of stones, and they're all very powerful. These are very powerful stones. And so I can't even believe how, once again, the iron, the tingling, that is just so crazy. And then this button, you're going to appreciate this, Temple. Temple, for you guys who don't know, Temple Beautiful actually has a business, and she's a historical apothecary. So when it comes to history, she's the one. So this is an antique button that I got it. I inherited both of my grandmothers, actually all 3 of my grandmothers' sewing boxes. And in their sewing boxes were a lot of really awesome antique buttons. And I know you would love these, Alicia. So, cause she's also a historical seamstress. She's freaking amazing, actually. Look how it's one of those weird, like I couldn't use it on anything really, but
that's for cuffs. That's for cuffs.
It's for a cuff.
Is it a wolf?
But this is what's so funny, you guys. So I find it in there.
That should. It either unscrews or it doesn't.
Oh, well, no, you know what? It doesn't. It's all molded. It's all one piece.
Then it's for it's a collar.
It's like a collar thing. I used to wear this kind of crap to work. Like seriously, everyone was astounded when I would go to work because I would wear all this crazy stuff and antique jewelry and all kinds of stuff. But the point is I found this in my sewing box one day, and this was when I was beginning to connect to all this stuff. And as soon as I found this button, I started to cry because one, it's a cool shape and stuff. And there's a dog on it. And I have a dog. I love dog. I love my dog. But I found this button before I even had Ranger. He wasn't even in our radar yet. And they told me that day when I found that, this was my confirmation that I was connected to Sirius, the dog star. See, this is what I'm talking about. So when we talk about sharing our experiences and the things that we talk, it's like a lot of the stuff it's like I don't share necessarily because you know what I mean? Because it's
Sirius connects to Atlantis.
Oh, well, see, and there's a whole nother connection.
So I'm gonna try really, really hard not to make these long. So basically, when you had those energy centers that were open on Atlantis and they needed to be filled, right? There was a group from not in this system that came to fill them, and a lot of times those ended up being priests and priestesses. But anyway, that group actually came and settled on Sirius A, and integrated with them, and they spent millions of, I think some of them are probably still there, spent millions and millions of years on that planet. And so it's totally all integrated. And then with the Egyptian stuff, of course, but.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. And then this is what's weird too, you guys, all this weird stuff. So yesterday I had my tea lights here. So I had the tea lights for a few days already. Then I had to order some new tea lights because I ran out. So then I get them. So my tea lights come yesterday. And then, but since they're just covers, I needed something to set the tea lights on. So that, the candle's not right on the, the surface. And I'm like, what am I going to use? What am I going to use? All of a sudden, UPS comes. And I had forgotten that my husband had ordered these amazing, awesome coasters for me, 3 different designs. are these badass or what? And that's what's underneath. I have a set of 6. So I was like, perfect. That's exact. And so now can you imagine the cool alchemy that's happening now with those tea lights sitting on top of here? And those tea lights are also handmade and hand poured soy, handmade and hand poured soy. So ordered specially for this occasion. And so all of these things are like today's inauguration. I got these new cards today that are being blessed by you guys today. I got these new great coasters. My tea lights are sitting on here, burning the candles. And my dear friend that made these with his beautiful hands. And he is so connected to the hybrids and ETs, and and free energy. And he is an amazing person. I can't wait to have him on my channel. He and I've been trying to coordinate. And so, but anyway, all of these beautiful synchronicities today. This is so great. I just love this. So I wanted to thank all of you guys and thank you both for joining me. And so see already, I'm starting to feel the languages coming through. And and it was kind of funny how even this came together, because I was getting this idea a couple of weeks ago from my guides that to do something on the 13th. And then Holly and I just started, we were corresponding, and I said, I've been thinking, I really want to do something on the 13th. I said, do you want to do something live together, instead of just making a video, and so it was just so interesting. And then today, when all this fell together, and now how much, I can't believe even too how much has transpired and how much even you and I have changed so much since that time when we were together, and how, both of our worlds have just completely transformed, and so, let's talk about that, about the transformational energy, about 333, and about the transformational energy. I have triangles here, little, the actual triangles. Where's my thing here? That's a really big, heavy one. And so I don't like to hold it up because it's like super, super heavy. So I've got it like suspended here. But I need a big place to hang it. I need an actual thing to suspend it so you guys can see it, but because it's really cool and really loud. Talk about clearing the space, huh? Woo, baby. Saniasha no kia pakoshana tisha shamahina kurikavasana saliana makalekori ambakorakia. Leshina toli apakosana sepakia shana terekia kakia manakosana sitishana terekia. Sanashana mirakori ambakosana city. And when I think of the rose quartz and I think of pink, I actually think of Holly, because has that kind of pink energy, and I always have. And it's funny because even the rose quartz turns the heart towards love and bathes the body, mind, and spirit in that healing and enlightening frequency. And so does sound. So does light language. It's like, you know what I mean? And so it made me think of that right away, the rose quartz, and how the three of us speak light languages, and how excited I am for the three of us to speak light languages together. And she also has this very calming, where I'm kind of that, I can be calming, but most of the time I'm just woo. So I've got this always bursting energy. So I find Holly's energy also very calming. And it's funny because I also find Temple's energy very calming for me too. It's very interesting how
I like the
you know what I mean?
Because it's on opposite sides of the spectrum. And I was just talking with this woman last night about bringing two things on the opposite side of the spectrum together, which creates a hybrid, which creates number 3. So it's like
right. And if we understand what reality really is 1 and 1 equals 3, we understand that it makes a third thing. And that's why the number 3 is so resonant with all of us, in the 33 and the 33 vertebrae, and then all of these 33 references in the spiritual world, and so I find it so calming for the mind, assisting one in releasing worry, fear, anxiety, and past emotional trauma. clears the emotional body of ego-driven patterns, and can help one feel more open to receiving and sharing love, compassion, and kindness. And so I wanted to express that is also what is being expressed today in these energies today, in this, in this color of, the pink and the blue energy, but yet this, I don't know. I just feel it just feels like a really nice combination. And I just think it's really funny how all of three of us wore pink today, and how we're in this like really calming energy. I feel very calm today, like even after being all of this activity that I've had a very, very active last like 3 days. And so here, 3 days. And so it's been very active for me. So, but today it was really weird. I had this high energy, but yet I felt this immense sense of calm. It just, I don't know what it was. It was like, I felt good. I felt grounded. I felt energetic. I felt it was weird. I say weird because how often do we get to express that kind of all at the same time? Where I just felt very comfortable. I was excited about getting together today, and I had but it was like, and I was running behind, and it was like, okay, so then I started laughing at myself. I thought, well, so what? So maybe we'll start at 3:13, And so I had to laugh about that because it was just how beautiful how it all came together. And so, I think what I'd like to do right now is, now I'm kind of getting guided. Well, first of all, I wanted to give, I wanted to say also about Holly too, as we're kind of going around the room here. And if you guys if you're new to my channel, hi, thanks for being here. I hate using the I am this and I am that. You guys know how I feel about that, but I love light languages. I love helping people connect to their guides, their angels, to activate their own light languages, to navigate all of this weird stuff that we all experience and don't really know what's going on. I write a lot of these symbols, hand signs, speaking, singing, toning. All of this is all the languages of lights, and of which both of these young ladies are both very well versed in. And so I'm feeling that energy with us now, that connection now. So I wanted to ask Holly too, because I can't really remember see, a card just flipped over. This is the Native Spirit deck, and this is kind of funny. So you guys are going to laugh when I tell you what this card is, but when did you start speaking light languages, Holly?
Probably, well, it got to the point where it was literally pushing on the inside of my teeth to come out. It was going, let me out. So I would have to say maybe 6 months, I actually let it out.
Yes. And I want to say, you guys, was that your first video?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what's so cool too, you guys. I just did a video a couple days ago, 333 or 3, whatever I call it, 3, 3, 11, 30, whatever. Anyway, and it was for the same thing, for the 333 energy and all that. And then Holly sends me a YouTube. She's like, I posted my first video, and it's 333 and in her title.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very interesting too. So you really only in the last 6 months,
yes,
have been, see, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. Now, Holly and I have known each other for a little over 3 years. Many of us were speaking light languages. I was already, of course, at that time. And then when we went to that retreat, several other people started speaking and got activated that weekend. And we were talking about, and then Temple talking about the centaurs and me and a centaur, freedom horse. All of us here, freedom. This is how I felt today. Completely free. I was so happy about all of the stuff that I've got accomplished around my physical home, and I was feeling so beautifully free today. And then talking about the centaur, and
these kinds of gatherings, and this is what I've been excited about doing all along, is bringing us together and reminding people that it doesn't always happen overnight. Look how long Holly and I have known each other, and she's been around light languages for a few years now, and it just, for whatever reason, I can't explain why it started to be free now, but this is her time. And she just posted her first video. And I've got her links in the description and stuff. You guys can go see her YouTube channel. Temple Beautiful also has a YouTube channel. She does a lot of awesome videos. Light languages, explanations. I haven't even gotten a chance to watch that one you did recently about what to do before you go for a private session.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully that can help you guys, especially if you have never done that before. It's just stuff that we've put together along the way that we can share our experiences.
Exactly.
Hey, Wendy, we had a request for a light language activation to help us connect with our roots and ground us where we are. So I thought maybe if it's okay with Holly, we could each take a portion of that activation.
I would love to do that. And let's do that. And let's do that. And actually, since you guys are my guests and I speak light languages all the time, I'm going to let Holly go first if she's ready.
Yes. I just put a little of my creation oil. I can tell about later on my hands.
And I've got my rose.
You guys can feel it.
Okay. Yeah, I can feel it in my throat, guys. Oh.
Yes. I actually do kind of, I guess the best way to put it is anointings at some point. I'll just have a person put themselves close to the camera and I put it right over their third eye.
That is, I like how I like that word that you used as anointing. I like that a lot.
Yes, for their highest good. So,
yes. Okay.
Here we go. Hasina ma kiania ia sia shini mi anya sia arama sina iana ma katina alama sini sia chinia alamiana arama sia arasini arama sini akiana ma aya hasiana ma ena area ini arasini arasaya aramia kashinia ane hasina. Namaste with my part.
That was beautiful. Thank you. Now, do you have any feeling about what you might have said or what might have come through in English at all? Or do you just feel like maybe describe the sensation maybe?
Well, I know it's directly from the heart because my heart chakra is just...
I can feel it.
Blowing out, but I do feel it is connected to the Lemurian sisterhood.
I believe so as well.
The feminine, the divine, along with the divine feminine, the great mother.
I was feeling that yesterday too when in my video, I think that I did yesterday, the day before, that essence of the divine mother, the divine feminine, and bringing that balance of energy here. And I really feel like that's one of the things that you guys, the reason three of us came together today. And especially because in the rose energy, the Mother Mary energy, that pink, the fact that we're all in that high crystal pink energy of white
it was
and
all
pink.
from
And
the heart up.
Yes, that's how it felt. Like everything that we're doing today is all from the whole
third eye
and up. Yes, that's what this is about today. I felt today very strongly about the master's chambers and exactly all of this, that it was about the higher chakra, about activating the higher chakras today. So I like that. That's what you were feeling too. So, okay, Temple, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm glad you said Lemurian because that is exactly what I got when I said, hey guys, what's she speaking? And they're like, hey, she's speaking Lemurian. And I was like, oh, that's kind of what I thought. Thanks. And so for me, I saw I saw you taking us back. So for those who had experiences on that timeline, you were able to take them back when they listened to it, and to just kind of get an overview of what things look like. Maybe not be in that moment with you doing that as a religious is not the right word. My English words, just so, because we're brand new, so my English words sometimes are not very good. I'm much better in light language. But anyway, so for those of you who have experienced a Lemurian life, you can just sit back and listen, and her light language will give you all the little gifts that need unwrapping. And if you allow yourself to just be, from what I saw, she can take you back there to see things. And that's like that's definitely part of what we're working with today, just allowing us to be and finding ourselves and that wonderful 333 energy. So, okay, should I go? Does anybody have anything else to say before I go?
No, go for it. No, I think that was perfect. I think that was very, very well said.
All right. And it was very beautiful, by the way. Holly, your language is very beautiful.
It is. It's very beautiful.
So my request is to do an activation to help everyone listening who will listen to connect to their roots, help them find themselves, help them remember who they are, because they're all such wonderful, magnanimous beings. It's so much more than just being in this human body now, and to help them ground that so they can work in it and really experience how amazing they are and feel it and then be it. So. Mushutaya hukua hunukua ala ka yo ono siata buag jni dua sianata yasa tia kwa la hana bua agia jni tusu tiata nasa ikiata ana kunk ono tonk onka ala ak ano isiata masu dua shanahana sanata wa bala akana Ia sanatika ama shup uno to tiata na tiata non tiata tiata na tata tiata dunia tatiana tiata tata tatiana 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 tiata tatiana tiata na katiata tatiana kana tiata tatiana tiata si kola anata isiana tata niata tiata 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 nata dunia tiata tanata tata nata tito tuno tiata nata ia satiana tata kasha na hasana tiata nareta Isia na tia ta na tia to tonia tia yata yata tia to tonia tia ni tia yata ta ia se tia no tu tia tata I o to o tia ya o ya o ya o ya o mo ayo o sianata ka sianata kwa la hani siata ana ta bo kwa ashanata kashiata na iana siata hala ama Nasyata. Namaste.
Whoa, baby.
I'm a little hot.
And exactly. It's like my whole temperature raises, and
look at my throat chakra.
And I'm like, and I get bombarded with all of this like translations, but it's coming so fast.
It's coming so fast.
I can't process it fast enough to try to say what she's saying, because it's so big and yes. And this is what it was like. She was saying, like they, and it's they, this is the thing. It's they. So there's so much information they are saying. And it's like that's what they're saying is, if you could only understand the vast places and the multidimensional layers that are coming through with each one of these sounds, and that it's almost like they're saying, you guys can't translate it with your mind. You couldn't, Go ahead, Holly.
May I add, when Temple first started, it was predominantly dragon who had gone forth ahead of you to clear the path for the Lemurian, a different form of Lemurian language that came through. But I distinctly felt that dragon clearing the way for the others to flow through.
That's
And
incredible,
then you went
you guys.
into something else. Then it was like well, I can't place it, but what you ended on was, again, another blessing coming through.
So like just bringing it full.
Yeah.
voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
But that
That's
was
so amazing. Thank you.
definitely dragon clearing your path first.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
I love that.
You
I
mean, like,
mean-
you mean like my buddy Ju Long clearing my path for me, dragon?
Yeah, baby.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he's probably so happy. I'm happy.
I am very, very connected with the dragon realm right now. So
Oh yeah. And for some reason, I don't
Big
know why
time.
I was feeling that so strongly today too. But see, this is what's so weird, you guys. Okay. This is what is so difficult to describe when we get together and it's like, okay, we're feeling this strong dragon energy. We're feeling the strong angel energy. We're feeling the strong Syrian energy. Do you see how vast the spectrum is of what we can experience just in one paragraph of light language?
It was like a tour of the universe in like 2 minutes, or like
Right.
a tour of the universe. It was like,
I love that. And there's the siren is like confirming what we're saying, right?
totally.
And I found this cool ring today. I don't wear it very often because it's very large. It was actually a family heirloom gift. Look at this, you guys. Is this the baddest, coolest? It reminds me of your pink one.
That's so cool.
Isn't it? And it's very, like, when you look into it, it's like, as soon as I received this, I took it out of my jewelry box and one day years ago, and they said to me, like, this is a gateway, like for you to understand, like, your connection, like how you can connect to the multidimensional, like this is what you are. They said to me, do you see how all the different facets of the crystal, they said to me, but all of those facets are different parts and pieces of you, but you're one ring, like you're one crystal, you're one stone, and they said, if all of you could just understand, you have an experience of being disconnected, but you cannot ever be. And so when people want to know, well, how do I do this? Or how do I connect to that? It's what's relevant to you in this moment. Because each one of these things were relevant to us in each one of these moments that we've been sharing for whatever reason. And that information that's going out to all of you guys out there and alchemizing with you, that's going to create a whole nother catalyst, a ripple effect. And I had to, this is so funny how this happens. Now, like I said, you guys, I'm blessing these decks today. I've, just brought all this beautiful intentions to today. And I just love this, angels and ancestors guide. And I'm loving, all of the animal, connections that are going on here, angels and ancestors. And it's interesting, as soon as you open the box, I love what's imprinted on the bottom of the box. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. How awesome is that?
I love that.
Yay, Kyle Gray. I mean, that is so, how beautiful is that? And it brings me to that saying, that quote that I do quite often: I, Wendy, see and draw to me, through divine love, those beings who seek enlightenment through my process. The sharing will elevate us both now. And that was a quote through Abraham Hicks when she channeled Theo. And that's how I felt about this. I love that this sets the intention, I think, for this day. And then I'm shuffling the cards while you guys are speaking languages, both light languages, both of you. And while I'm shuffling, one of the cards, like, literally just flips over. And the very first card I've ever pulled then from this deck for a public reading has a white feather in it, white magic. and sacred geometry. This is a confirmation for us, you guys. I have 3 white feathers here, 3 of them. And I love, you even look at the back, you guys. How cool is the back of these cards? Great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And I have done a few different events and classes, and one of which was Arise All Angels, and another one was White Magic, all of which is about all of this, about understanding how we bring the magic in from Gaia, how we are bridges to the spirit world, how we, by sharing our experiences, transform not only ourselves, but each other. That if we only understood how magical and powerful we actually are. And once again, I will say to you guys, and if you've been with me for a little while, you know, I've said it a million times. If I've said it once, you are all the teachers of teachers. We all are. And again, you are in the presence of teachers of teachers. And if you're watching this, guess what? You are also a teacher of teachers. That's how this works. You cannot possibly be present in this gathering of great light if you weren't. And so this is the confirmation to all of you, to all of us, the 3 of us, and Holly and me and Alicia, as we go out into the world and do more of what we do and share our passions and create these elixirs and alchemize light languages with these beautiful things that we're creating from the earth, whether it's oils or I'm surrounded by essential oils. All of these are about being great teachers and sharing this information. And isn't that what both of those quotes were all about? Being teachers, about sharing our experiences and being the example, being good teachers by being good examples, just by living our passion. And both of these women are doing what all 3 of us are doing, what we love as teachers, and are so passionate about what we're doing. But the whole point of it all is dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. That is the only reason why we do what we do, because that's what we're dedicated to do. And I think all of us in this presence, and if you're watching, this is what we're all dedicated to do. I'm just really, this feels, and doesn't that make you feel pretty free? In a way, to when you start to own your power, there's this, it's almost like a humble freedom. Like you want to do more and more and more, but the more you do, the more humble you become in your own power, how much you realize how powerful you are. And even just the words that you say and your intentions, it puts you in this place of humility, because you understand, for almost sometimes for the first time ever, the power you have to actually create, and how precious that feather is. That, really it is the lightest touch that has the greatest power. And the lightest touch is thought. The lightest touch is, what are you thinking? Because that's what's
Oh,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I had a laugh because you said humility. Remember months and months ago when I was on this humility kick because Ramsey said something about be humble.
Yes.
And I think I just understood what he was talking about this last weekend, where you can stand in your power, and yet you can judge each situation you're in and remain humble enough that you can be that super strong being you are, but at the same time you don't have to push it all out. You need to judge what the situation calls for, and you have all those tools in you. So pull the tools that you need instead of pulling everything. Just pull the tools that you need in that moment. That doesn't take away from your power. It just makes you a wise teacher. And there's something very humble about being able to read the situation and know that you have the power, but pulling the correct tools to assist the person. So
That is an excellent point, because we can't have everything all at once. We can't from this perspective, we can't experience everything all at one time. We think we want to, but we can't. It's and not have a human experience. But what we're here to understand is we're already all of us capable of having that experience of experiencing everything all at once. That's how freaking powerful we are.
Exactly. And so this actually flows in really well when Ramses calls me his pedal. I think we've talked about this before. I always wondered what it was, because I had issues. I was like, I'm not a pedal. I'm more like a wrecking ball or whatever. But I now know what that means. And I think this goes really well into what we're speaking about. The petal, if you think about a flower, you think about how intricate each flower is. You are that flower, but right here in your now, you're only a petal of that flower. That doesn't make you any less than being the whole flower. It just means right now you are a subsection of your own flower. So I think it's actually kind of a really adorable.
That's a really great way to, and if you think about it, how long has the lotus flower been used, and the flower itself, bloom where you were planted. You're all flowers. You're all, the same thing. It is very interesting. And, it's funny, even yesterday, I ordered a bunch of a pack of essential oils, and, every single one of them are floral.
Oh, really?
Every one of them are floral, 6 different floral scents. So isn't it funny how we're talking about flowers, and how many times have we been talked about how we're all, wildflowers in a big garden, and
Right, exactly. And this is a card. I have 3 of them. There's 3 lady cards that popped out. So I was just kind of
course,
where this was going. But here we have Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. And so we have the purple and the pinks. And
lessons. See, they talked about lessons again.
Yep.
Lessons.
Yep. And then with the Atlantis Lemuria, we have Lady Gaia, Earth Connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, and stay grounded. And that was what part of our blessings and activations for you guys were, to remind you guys why you're here, to remind you guys that the planet is a living thing. So we need to be nice to her, and to help ground us while we're looking for more answers. And then the last one that came through, which was actually the first card that fell out, was Diana, Focused Intention. Think more about what do you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome.
Yes.
And when you think about Abraham Hicks, I always knew people who always ask, well, what can I do? What can I watch? I always say I like Abraham Hicks for starters, because she really teaches you to kind of look at things from a different perspective. And I think when you're on this journey, that's one of the most important things that kind of have to happen first before you can kind of flow into the next phases.
Absolutely. Ooh, those are actually absolutely perfect. You guys, the funny thing is these were the next 3 in this same deck, and very funny. The first one, White Witch, Be the Light. So here we're talking about, and then even, the star. Oh, the star. Okay, you guys, if you could see, I just had my brand new front door hung yesterday. I'm so excited. In the center of my front door is this star in a circle. I'm going to post the picture of my front door, you guys, because you are not going to believe. I can't believe it. I just realized that.
That's so cool. You got like a custom front door.
I custom ordered it, and it's got so much geometry going on, and in the very center is that star. I cannot believe this was the next card that I pulled. And the next one after that, Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. And there's a wolf on it and an eagle. Come on.
That's what the card Angelite was talking about too, to reveal your gifts and just be your bad self and find your team, find your people.
Oh my, I just can't believe it. Perfect. A wolf and an eagle. And so, okay. And the third one, this is going to confirm it all for you guys. high priest, intend and create. Seriously,
Yeah.
all three of these in a row. I love this deck. You guys, I cannot wait to do more videos with this deck because I freaking love this deck. It's like, I love it so much. Okay, so, and then see what the next one in the deck, wise one. Grow within your current situation. Okay, well,
That's
we'll
so
just add
perfect.
that to
And
the
that's
pile.
that's with the flower and the humility and all of that.
Okay, it's my turn. I've got to start I have to speak some light languages. I haven't spoke any languages today, you guys. Okay, well, maybe at the beginning I did, didn't I? Niashakoriasa makiarko sonariarko namakalia orakashana setasi ilahi marakolongoa. Mahela koyasa sisera shariharu mayandoro sokua. Onaya seala koa runaya. Nina yu te yana ayuna. Shinaya sotaya hanaya shi enasu. Shemia toya yesamariano ne abora gorea sharisa. Miharosia neandaria sonalia maracoriander soliandor sabekara shira coniana helahia yambar sharekia so yahia shanadiambar coriam bogoraya nananaki. Leshi nayananani caramba salea la halaconia bargoshese. Ema nena nayananania toria boguraki shanatariam bargilongia la shedosaya. Le hila diamba cosa se le homaro coriara caliando riasamo cora cashana se le hila cosa sede. Ne tarikia sana satishin bariondo ria roko alia la hila cuna la hila hira la coria sedeshe maikia sose. Na hira que yanso de ambaria hola coria bacco abare sheda que se la coria baccoa la cara. Mientras shami hara coria sapatiara coriando leongro le kisana teke naya. Mehera que andara shamayanoria basuna barakashana nama shamanaitea ama anatoria ambagoya eva. Nehera konia bashona kiara korisha koria tarina na makelo koria shane ke lakoa heleke. Me ashora sete yana mahala konia na marakoshe. Seto somayashara. Ihia. Ihia makoya bakonia na koya. Misadateki. Netese. Seto sebe lahama. Longoya koya. Le quiere sanatera con llamar a coshana te le ama orakoga y kagiananaki. La shetarkila sono sede la halakoya pokora. Ne seta shana kilako sete nayana markolanda de shanian hagoyana. Hela niapose sana sana ke. Anayuna moraku nayalwa ke yana yushi nelaku mekiasana seliama kar irushonote hea mayanana malakoreko. Sala sonate iakalishe, sete shilezuma jilajuna, teke ayinana. Mete ilaki, nanasate sielokokea, mana yanono akura kushe. Sonea bakaya no so shanoku, hana yasotoku akishite. Salu sonoshu, mekela. Makera sone ya malaku haye aya. Maseto ya ashiku terese ne ya lauma. Amanana makasha amanate apakala. Abasha hele Elohim alakusiku Angela. La shena tabela kwa maso laku. Asit kuku hatashe.
Inasena ia wakora kaya. La te asana sabaria napa paya. Atatekekia samoso shate. Matarekia. Selaki. Aru shanaterankwa. Shanakiakwa. Shamo uya sanatekia bakia sanasete koi sara kuriambarakusha. Etia. Mukwa shuna aka ana ama atuku shunua. Mukwa shua hasana seko shunua kuwa tu. Mikawa kuna ashua kuna bugu. Basha nenge asuno de hago masuna sumbasha na sege seniki andara inakuwa kashana sundara shnumpa pashata. Passion tia ko samosoda ko sa tia kasha. Shomosoya shanatela hanabariki la shete kaliando somosona la hala vianona kuapa kiatasha. Seta sena senina namare maya nainua kamboya kaya shanatela korea sana sateshe. Mena sanatekia sana sagamaro koshe. La hila konia bakose kiamate kayamata shanateki. Seno shaya sana sanate bikia shanakila kuwa manina nanamalako mashatete kayatushe. Me sana sanate la cosa masata shalakia la cosa sanatea ilakura tayanmoa. Shenase senatea ia emaka. I'd like to offer a conversation. Nesona sateshe lakia. Simozona teshene nane ukura kue kita isana seta shamakia sona mia ruusha na kilanka ya sana se ya umaka mia tose elakuna haloshona teje. So Holly, I kisana seta shamakia ruusana sete ishana mia toishe. Is there something and by way of response that you'd like to share in this now? Kia sona teshe lakia.
Well, first, when you were singing, I can't remember the exact point, but you were singing in your female voice and an overlay of a man's voice saying the same thing, saying in harmony with yours. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but it was a duo there for a little bit, which I've never heard before. And I did definitely hear some dragons come forth at some point. And I did pull 3 cards during they wanted to speak, so I'd like to share that too.
Please do. Yes, please do.
But I'd like to call on the male who sang with you. Let me see who that is.
Okay.
I do believe this was the one. The source dragon.
Wow. That does not, that's really interesting. That whole
he came forth to share in the blessing and to bless you too. And what the card says is it's the source dragon here, and he has the infinite symbol above his head and the galaxy between his hands. And it says, attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen and be in the moment. And he was definitely this beautiful white dragon coming down to be in your moment as you and your soul fractals were blessing us all.
You know, I got to tell you guys that, and I don't even know, I don't even know if Holly knows this or remembers this, but when we were in Arkansas and Sarah and I were channeling, I was channeling my white and my black dragon. And it was the morning. We got up in the morning, we were having coffee, and she and I started channeling. I actually have videos of this, you guys, on my, I think I actually have a playlist called Beyond Belief Retreat. And there's a few videos in there of a few of us from that retreat. And when Sarah and I were channeling together one morning, and I could feel some of that energy coming through today. And, you know, it's really weird too, you guys, because I was thinking about Naga this morning, which I never, like, hardly ever think about.
Yeah.
I love
like snakes and Naga. And so I had that on my head. So let's see. Okay, so who wrote this? Wait, who wrote this? Did you write this?
I'm sorry.
Temple?
I did, because I was trying to type as you were speaking what came to me. So
That's really cool. No,
So,
I'm glad that you saw. I wanted to see.
Let's let Holly finish first.
Yeah, so go ahead and finish, Holly. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, 3 cards
Initial.
came forward. So the first one was that source dragon who his beautiful voice echoed yours for a few seconds there, which is a very first for me. The next card that came up was the earth dragon who clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing and you can move forward in life. And we were just talking about the importance of grounding and connecting with Mother Gaia. And then you're going to love this last one. The last one that came forth is the rose pink dragon. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open your heart to the warm-hearted love and diamond light and connect with the love of the universe, which is, you know, you're the creator of the universe and the love of the universe and the lovely Gaia that the
and
creator...
those colors you got, they're the same colors as what we're all wearing.
Yes. We ended on the pink, rose pink dragon who came forward.
That's so beautiful.
That is wild, you guys. And even as I'm shuffling this light language deck, I mean, look at the color of the back, the color of these cards. They're just so
opalescent.
It's just got that, like the pink and the peach and the coral, and this light is not very good, but
it's almost like a moonstone color, and that moonstone
beautiful.
color
It's so soft.
I wanted to say, though, to give honor where honor is due, this is the Dragon Oracle cards from Diana Cooper.
Oh, thank you for letting us know. Yeah, because I do try to let everybody know too. Yeah, what decks I'm using. So
yes,
that's
so
really
Bless
cool.
Her Heart is a fabulous
Oh my
deck.
God, these are
just
beautiful.
Fabulous.
And the Shaman's Oracle deck is a little bit more like, I think I should do I wasn't sure if I should just try to pull one card from it today or if I should wait and do a different reading from it, because it's meant to be done like with multiple cards and, and laid out in a particular way. But so I think but anyway, that every single and this is what people may not understand about when like tarot cards or whatever, oracle cards. I don't read the tarot. I don't buy tarot cards because I don't read the tarot. I don't understand it. Don't pretend to. So I only use oracle cards because I believe that the oracle is that pool of wisdom, and that idea that we are all capable of being an oracle, of receiving messages through source and through the oracle cards. Now, if you're versed in tarot and understand how to read it and understand it and interpret it, that's great. Yeah, go ahead, hon.
One thing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to add my thought about the difference between tarot and oracle. Tarot is very regimented in
It is.
It's stylized.
It has specific meaning, and each card has a very specific meaning.
You have to follow the rules and the layout.
Yes,
Oracle
exactly.
is free.
It's free,
it's
and that's why I like that.
Freestyle to
And that's why I
follow
like
your
it too.
heart, and there is no limits. So that's all I'm going to say.
And I'm a Sagittarian, so I'm all about how can
so
I
sorry,
go outside
Temple.
the box and break the rules and everything. But anyway, yeah, I want Temple to read what she was writing. I didn't. She wrote quite a bit here, so I wanted her to read that.
If I can read my writing, it's same thing with you. Like, it was going so fast, I was like, okay, well, that one's gone. Maybe we'll catch the next one. But so the moonstone, the card the back of the card you showed, looked like a moonstone.
It does.
And this card, the moonstone card from the crystal deck, popped out a couple times, and I put it back. But I think it's worth reading now because we've had that synchronicity 3 times. So it says, heightened intuition, be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it is trustworthy. And that's also the theme. And that's kind of the theme that I'm going to read to you. So this is when Wendy was doing her activation blessing. I just got some of it, but I'll read to you guys what I got. So first off, you need to know there's a difference between Elohim and Elohi. Those are 2 different subsection of groups. Okay. So this is what my brain translated it as. My name is blank from the Elohi. I didn't quite get your name. You go by many names. They don't define you. They are a part of you. And then I saw you connect all the energy centers of Earth with these arches of light and the stars. And that was for those that were wanting to jump to the pieces that they need to remember can do that. And they can do it in a way that you set that grid out and everything connects everything. So that's the part that I saw next. And then the connection to the energy centers. Okay, so those wanting to can jump to the pieces they need to remember. We are all starlight. We are all the mighty owl, and our pieces are like the lost feathers that are now collected and connecting you back to yourself. That was one of them. And then it stopped and he said, my name is Angela from the Elohim. We have all been many races, and we have to surrender to the flow of the divine, for only then can our eyes be open. You are all priests and priestesses from all nations coming together once again for the great gift to our planet. May you all be blessed in your missions, for we are one. We are here to help, and we are waiting for you to acknowledge us. We are never far away. That just gave me chills.
Kristen just said the same thing in the chat. She's like, so many chills right now.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That was really good. It's funny how sometimes when I'm like really in it, it's like I can't translate because I'm just so in it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't hear the words, but I'm seeing like visions and things. And so when somebody, like when you said connecting to the grids of the portals of the earth, and it's like it's like I can visualize what they're showing me, and then like it's almost like you put it into words, you know. Very interesting.
Should we repeat it? If somebody said they want to hear it again, should we read it?
Everybody. Oh, you know what I was going to say to you too, since I can't copy and paste it out of our side chat, copy and paste it for me and send it to me like in an email or something.
Okay,
That's pretty
we'll fix the spelling mistakes.
That's cool though. That's really, really
I'll read
cool.
it one more time. So
yeah, go ahead.
My name is blank from the Elohi. You go by many names. They don't define you. They are a part of you. And then that's when I saw the connection to the energy centers of the earth with the stars and the arch of light, so that those wanting to can jump to the pieces they need to remember. We are all starlight, and we are all the mighty owl, and our pieces are like the lost feathers that are now collected and connecting you back to yourself. And then she stopped and said, my name is Angela from the Elohim. We have all been many races, and we have to surrender to the flow of the divine, for only then can our eyes be open. You are all priests and priestesses from all nations coming together once again for the great gift to our planet. May you all be blessed in your missions, for we are one. We are here to help, and we are waiting for you to acknowledge us. We are never far away.
Wow. Okay.
It gave me chills again.
That's very cool. It's like I totally have to put that. I have to show this to you guys. I forgot I took a picture. I have to show this to you. That's on my front door.
Wow. That's so,
That is what I had to have
I
it.
don't even have words. That's
I
so
knew
amazing.
right away I wanted a star on my front door. And here you can see what the whole thing, the light's reflecting off of it, so you can't see it like, but if you could see some of the geometry, because the star's right in the middle.
I love how you have the 3 lines. So you have
I know, it's
and
like
3.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, you guys got to see this. Look, 333, 333,
Yep.
333. And it's got like 3 different kinds of glass, like etching in it. One is beveled, one is like this, and then the center is something altogether different.
Wow.
It's just,
That's so amazing.
I couldn't believe it. As soon as I got it, I'm like, oh, I was like, man, this door's got the greatest damn vibe ever. I was just like, I couldn't get, and of course I'm hearing. And so now this is the kind of stuff where, we have to say, okay, set your ego aside, but I couldn't help it because I swear to God, you guys, but this is where you have to not only this is where the humility comes in. Not only do you have to own it, but you also have to. So I hear it as soon as they hang the door, right? I hear A Star Is Born, right? And then what's playing at the movies right now? A Star Is Born. I'm like, are you kidding me? So there you have it, friends. You heard it from my mouth to God's.
I was thinking, Wendy, of something you said. Now I'm trying to think exactly what it was. There's something to do about not downplaying your power, or not.
Yes.
I can't remember exactly, but anyway, Ramses told me once that when you step into your power, it's okay to do so, and you have to do it in such a way that you are that you're okay with being all that you are. He said, don't downplay that, because he said something like, right now you set pieces of you aside, like you don't, not that you don't want to incorporate them, but you're afraid to incorporate them because you don't want to not seem humble, right? Or something like that.
Exactly. And that's true, though. This is why we don't want to own our power, because we're taught that, well, don't do that.
Right. But and that's what he said. He said, like, you have to find your happy medium, but I'm just telling you that you are who you are, and you have to accept all that power that comes with it. And so I think about that, I think about that and the humility and the pedal thing, and how our teams and guides are there. They're waiting for us to acknowledge them.
Exactly.
And when we do, they give us these wonderful, Michael calls them seeds. Michael says, I'm planting seeds.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's just stuff for you to think on. And then all of a sudden, when it comes together, you're like, wow, what a wonderful lesson. And so your people are there, your people are there.
Your peeps are there, yeah.
They want you to acknowledge them. So
but
say
you're right.
hi to them tonight and ask them to show you something, whether it's like a feather or something, that they're there, and they will show you that they're there.
Oh,
so
they'd show me.
Talking to them and listening and all that stuff. So yeah, that's
an excellent point, because we've been so ingrained to not, this is what we came to honor the priest and the priestess and the god and the goddess within us. And isn't that what every single channeler, I don't care what entity it is, they tell you the same thing. You're here to love yourself and to own your power. And we're learning now that we finally get it. When you are powerful, you don't need to boast about it. You don't, because you understand, like you said earlier, Alicia, it's about, I know I can have anything or everything, but what's important to me right now? And it's just like the analogy that, even Abraham has said, you can eat anything on the entire buffet, but do you really want it all in one day and you can't eat it all in one night. But so you go back and you have different things at different times and enjoy it. So it's the same with everything else. And you can't know everything all at one time, but yet you have to know you already innately do know everything and have all access to all of that information. And every single thing we are doing here is nothing but reminding each other.
Yep.
We're
And
not
all you
telling
have to
any.
do is want to remember.
That's
all you
it.
have
That's
to
all
do.
you got to do is want to. I have to laugh to
Holly.
it. Even the sacred geometry, just again, of these colors, and even just all of this, how even the symbolism looks so similar in so many of this stuff,
Oh yeah.
you know. But this is about how every single time we have a permission slip like this, we're reminded of our connection to all things. And that's what these mandalas are for, you know, to remind us of our kaleidoscope, of our connection to all things and
Is
our
that
colors.
color, is that like a rusty red color?
Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of like that, like a rusty color. And then this has
Holly,
got, you know, the
do you have
Yeah,
do you have a pet dragon? I mean, do you have like one dragon that is like a rusty red color?
And it reminds me of that one that she pulled, that card that she pulled,
the
the
very
rose.
first one I ever met, I ran across another spiritual lady online, Be Divine. And that was the first I'd heard about the dragons. And she had a meditation. And the very first dragon I met was a fire dragon.
Okay, because like while Wendy was talking, this dragon came to me and he was like introducing himself and he was red and he's like, "Hi, I'm one of Holly's dragons, but I just wanted to stop in and say hi. I see all our dragon friends are getting to meet today." And
Yes,
you know,
they are.
so I just wanted
Oh,
I just wanted to see if
goodness.
I saw that right. And
Oh,
he's
that's
like,
great.
he's pretty cheery, you know, he's excited, he's making the rounds, you know. So yeah.
He's actually,
I love that. Here's your confirmation there. It's 4:47 our time, so 4:11. So there you go. I love that, because then when I see 4 and 7 or 29 or 3 and 8, or I always see it as, of course, an 11. So that's pretty funny. Oh, so War Ready is in the chat. Is this about spirits? Sort of. Yes. It's about connecting with our spirit
soul fractals.
world and our soul fractals, our
so
aspects of us that
he wants to know, he or she is confused about what the channel is about, what we're doing here. So welcome,
Okay.
you're brand new, and that's cool. You've
Hi,
obviously
thank you
been
for coming.
brought here
Okay,
for a
so
reason.
my channel is actually about sharing the languages of light, the light languages that we have learned over the years. Some of us have been doing it all of our lives, some of it for a couple months. I've been only doing it for about 5 years now. Alicia's been speaking them a lot longer than that. And Holly just started actually speaking them within like the last 6 months, but has been around them for quite some time. So that's how this channel was born, was my passion to, once I started speaking these languages, then it started opening up all of these other things within me that allowed me to channel other types of information. It allowed me to connect to my spirit guides. When I say spirits, my spirit guides, my angels, my ET guides, you know, the parts of us that are part of us on other planets, our soul families, ascended masters. What I leave out, you guys? And I'm not speaking another earth language. I'm not making it up. It's like it's coming through, but I'm not thinking it. It just sort of flows out through me.
And all spirit is energy, and all energy is spirit. So then
exactly,
yes, like that's where we're,
and it's,
however,
it's bridging. And you know what it is you know what it is for me too, you guys, is for me it's been about bridging that science and mathematics and geometry and spirituality and the idea of God and all of that.
Alchemy
is all connected. Exactly, it's all the same. And then every time we see sacred geometry in our life, even when you cut up in an orange, what does it look like when you cut up an orange inside? You know, it's all sacred geometry. And so when we begin to understand, and now isn't it funny, you guys, you see all this stuff posted on Facebook and all these other social media where Scientists have now found that, yes, there really are parallel realities. Scientists have now found that really these do, this does cure this disease. Scientists have now found. So it's like we already innately know this stuff. I laugh when I think, okay, I've known this since I was about 7 years old, and now science is just now keeping up, just now catching up to what I know of it, that I've known in my heart all along. So it's about bridging all these gaps where we've put separation between this stuff. And that includes, talking to people who have passed on, that are they're just on a different, I had a dream the other night, 2 days ago, the night before my sister's birthday, which was yesterday. And my aunt came to me, who has been gone for quite some time, or when I say she has made her transition for, several years ago. And she came to me in my dream, and it was I knew it was lucid. It was vivid. It was like, and she just, so, but yet I can sit here in a meditation or just be washing dishes or doing something completely mundane or taking a shower or doing and all of a sudden I hear information, or my aunt, or who, my ET guides, or my angel, or Michael, or Zodkale, or Metatron, or Enoch, or all, and I can't make it up. It's like, it's just there. I hear it. So, no, it's not a religion. And I would say it's everything but religion. It's like, religion is created by man. So when you say, can I join? Well, just because you came to visit us today, it's just like joining is really like, it's just a frequency. Like if you're like guided to be here today, maybe there was something in here that was for you, a message for you. That
the last card that we pulled was like a divine guidance card. I don't know where it went, but I mean, if this feels right, if you're interested in it, just stay and hang out. If there's bits and pieces that you don't really resonate with, that's
right.
Cool. Like take what you resonate with and leave the rest, and we're all happy.
I actually as a kid always was kind of anti-religion, only because I always felt like it was too restricted, that it didn't encompass everything, that it didn't take into consideration that there's beings on, in other dimensions, on other worlds, on other planets, that there's, and so I just took it, I actually always looked at religion as a man-made thing. You know what I mean? That we created it for specific reasons, but that God and all that is, that we are God, we are all connected to all the same thing. Like we were talking about earlier about the flower, you're at the center of this, and all of these other points around you are all of your soul families, and all of the, each of us have, we may be in the center, but each of us is connected to, like, I consider God in here, and all of us connected to God. You know what I mean? That's how I see God.
Wendy, I wrote that, I said, this channel isn't about organized religion. God isn't everything, and God is everything. So we are all pieces of God. So hopefully that's not too confusing.
If that makes sense. Exactly. So, okay. Oh my God, you guys see, I've been shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. And finally my guide said to me, stop. That's the card. You guys cannot make this crap up. Today's date equals the number 1. Okay. When you add up 3, 13, 2019, if you add up all the numbers, and it equals number 1. Today's the 13th, which also stands for transformation. This is a sacred symbol from Sirius, channeled through Bashar, through Daryl. The number 13, transform. I pulled, for the first time ever, out of this amazing, awesome deck, the secret language of light. The card number 19, if you add 9 and 1, it equals 10, which equals 1. The date for today, and the meaning of the card is transformation. This is how we know you can't make this shit up. I did not. This is how we know spirit is, and whatever you want to call spirit or your guides. You could be your grandma. It could be, whatever. That's how spirit speaks to us. And look at the symbol, you guys. All of us connected. Very,
That's like those
very
cards with Gaia and like going further out.
totally. I mean, seriously, so this is what a beautiful synchronicity, for that. And actually, that's pretty crazy. I still can't, and then I say to myself and I say this in all my videos too, I just can't believe the synchronicity. And yet I'm also the one who's telling everybody, but synchronicity is really the rule, not the exception. Yet I still get excited when something like that happens, because then I know I'm getting validations and confirmations. And this is what we want, with the three of us, want you guys to understand. This is how you get your confirmations. When you look down and you see that stone or that feather, or, like you said, or that symbol, or when I waited and I waited and I shuffled and I shuffled, and finally they said stop. And it equals today's date, equaling number 1, and also equaling transformation. The number 19, transformation. Suffering is optional. You are experiencing an ending. You are feeling a loss as a hole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. And might I add, you guys, it's the new moon. Did you guys see, if it's clear enough for you guys, did you see how beautiful the crescent was? I saw it last night. The last 2 nights, freaking amazing. The beautiful crescent, but I could see the whole moon and then just the crescent. So perfect for this, for new beginnings. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts that are not your soul truth. Justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. In other words, you become what you fight against. Now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? The Soul Mastery class. Explore a different approach. In the meditation, you are safe to explore the fabric of creation. You will always be who you are. This meditation will open you to the larger part of you that has no body and no form, but it is still you. You are energy and eternal, and you are also body and personality. Since I haven't read this book before, I'm reading ahead a little bit. Okay.
This helps answer War Ready's questions that are happening in chat.
It kind of does. Okay, so I get where they're going with this. Okay. It says this meditation is also known as an out-of-body experience. However, you are never out of your body. It is only illusion, as all of you exists right here and right now. By shifting your focus, you experience a different, broader perspective. Place a hand on the card, slow your breathing, softly and gently close your eyes, and imagine yourself floating into a black, velvety background of pure potential, a space where all existence emerges. Breathe in this wondrous place of stillness and silence. Rest here, feeling safe in the arms of your soul. Feel the difference between your body and your soul. In your physical body, you create shadow, light, and time to experience life in varied forms. As a soul, you are at one with all. Now I know why I was supposed to read this. As a soul, you are at one with all, simply flowing in eternity. Breathe in and sense your body in time and space. Breathe out, float through eternity as consciousness. You are both. There is no separation. Do this for at least 30 seconds. When you feel ready, focus on your physical body and take in a full, deep breath of life. Feel it illuminate every corner of your magnificent body. Be fully present in this time and space. Then open your eyes and smile knowingly. This is inspired reflections and actions. It takes the same amount of energy to be happy or sad. Your life stems from beliefs that you practice the most, but they are helping you. But are they helping you? Question mark. For one day, Don't assume anything about anyone or anything, even if you've experienced a person or situation many times before. I've actually done this and it changed my whole life. Spend a few minutes checking in with what you think is true and ask yourself, is this what I think it is? Seek clearly on what you think and believe. Read between the lines of articles, emails, or books. Consider the standpoint of the author. No judgment. This is your comprehension and understanding. Your journal work. You can't change anything by fighting what has already been created. To bring about change, create a new way that supersedes the old way. Draw or write something about something that makes you suffer every time you think about it. Now, write down 5 reasons why it makes you suffer and 5 ways it has motivated you to create something different. Next time you feel yourself react as suffering, focus on the something different that you have written down. So there is, I guess, our homework, that's something that you can go back to the video, you can listen to again, you can listen to how to do it, and just imagine yourself focusing on this transformation card. And the number 1, I think, is very interesting, because the other thing that I wanted to remind you guys of is that today equals not only 13, but it also equals the number 1, which, if I'm trying to, sorry, they're stuck together, which is center. And this is exactly everything we talked about today. The number 1, this is the Syrian sacred circuit, number 1, center. So isn't it interesting today? Today's number 13. So we have 1 and 3, but we've also got the 13. And the number 3 is balance. So it's very interesting. We've got center, and then we've got balance, and we've got transform. So that's kind of, I think, really, without going into it, what this is about today is about centering and understanding that we're always all things at one time. And yet we can transform our thoughts and beliefs by bringing all of this information into our awareness, understanding how we're centered. And when we're centered and balanced, we really can transform everything about us. And even the 3 of us, how I think of how the 3 of us have transformed over the last few years, and just since we've known each other, and even Holly now going out there, the 3 of us, actually all 3 of us, from when we came into under all of this stuff and started speaking languages, and when we came together, and well, when I met Alicia, she was already had her business, and that was well underway already. So when I met her, and yet even that is taking a new alchemical direction because of light languages, because of what she understands, because of her connections to all of this and all that is, and crystals and gold and alchemy and the essences of all of the things that she uses in her products that are from the earth, and they're pure, and then recreating the alchemy of these gifts from Gaia, and then infusing them with this new energy. This is what we're all doing. We're all infusing everything that we do now with a whole new energy, a whole new understanding, a whole new way of being. And even now, Holly's putting herself out there and doing more out there, and doing light languages, and doing angel readings and clearings and connecting and channeling. And so it's very interesting how all of us have literally transformed. And I really believe it's because for me, the biggest catalyst for all of this transformation has been about sharing with each other, about putting ourselves out there, about having the guts to go to the retreat and say, I'm ready to change my world, to meet each other, to do these kinds of impromptu gatherings when my floors need to be mopped and my stuff needs to be done and I've got laundry and you know what? I'm just a normal human being having a normal life. But how do we take all this information that okay, great. So we know this about our ET stuff. We know this about our dragons. We know this about our angels, but we have to ask ourselves at the end of the day, well, what does all this mean to me in this reality? Obviously, I'm supposed to learn all this stuff about myself, but how do I apply it now in what we're doing here and now? And that's the answer to that is this: passion, doing what excites you more than anything in the world and trusting without a shadow of a doubt it's going to make you happy. It's going to bring you the abundance that you need. And abundance isn't just about money. Sometimes you don't even need money. It's about, oh, I don't have a place to live. And somebody says, well, gee, guess what? I've got this and I've got that. Or you know what? It's not always about money. But if we don't stop limiting our belief systems as to how we think things can come to us, it's not going to come. And if we keep limiting it, we were not designed to figure out how, when, who, what, where. None of that. The physical ego mind is not designed for that. We are designed to sit back and allow our higher selves to send us information via signs, symbols, synchronicities, people that we meet, people we meet in our lives, that message that you see in the song, on the bumper sticker, the repeating numbers. That is how they speak to us, through your imagination. How do you think Holly and Alicia and I are able to see all of this stuff in our minds? And somebody would say, well, how do you know you're not making it up? What's the difference? What is the difference? No, there is no difference. But if I say, am I making it up? Did I create a story about that and this and all that stuff we talked about today? Absolutely freaking not. Did I make this up ahead of time? No. It happened as it happened. It alchemized as we came together. This whole thing alchemized in a way that it wasn't even planned this way. It was, you know what I mean? First, it was just Holly and I. Then I'm like, no, it needs to be 3, and it's got to be on the 13th, and it's got to be 333. And then she does a video, and I do a video, and then, Linda can't make it, and then Alicia called. I mean, seriously, no. That's how we can tell the difference between did we make it up or did we receive it? If you guys would just sit back and let yourselves receive the information and allow the transformations and not judge it.
I have a great story about a friend of mine who is in the receiving mode, so much so that he didn't have a place to live. And the day after telling me that, he met someone and they're like, hey, I have an open room. My son's at college. Do you want to move in? And it was in the same city that he actually wanted to move to. And he's like, sure. Do you want me to pay rent? And she's like, no, just get yourself situated first. And then, not having a job, he went to all the different, because he's an energy worker, he went to all the different rock shops and he's like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm new in town. And boom, he's got all these different offers now to do his energy work with these shops and these classes. And this was a person who at that moment was probably feeling pretty low, but he knew the universe was going to provide. And so he just went with the flow and went with his gut feeling, and now it's all working out. And it's just a really good example of things that can happen when you just let things flow.
And I even remember too, when I met Holly, and let's go back to your sister and how, there was all that lack of acceptance and support. And now your whole life has changed, and you're even doing this out there in the physical with people and doing energy healings and readings. And so, you know what I mean? And if anybody would have even asked me again, 5 years ago, it's like the answer is yes and no. The moment I saw channelers, Bashar and Abraham and Daniel Scranton and Jim Charles and Rob Gauthier and Wendy Kennedy and Nora Harrell, and I don't care what, I knew without a shadow of a doubt, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But a year before I had ever even come into any of their radar, would I have thought I'd be doing this on YouTube live and do? Absolutely not. No. No. So, but I have to tell you guys, it was me going into Hangouts just like this with other people doing this. That's what gave me the courage, the permission, the excitement, the passion to go out and do this, because somebody else paved the way for me. Somebody else said, I'm going to be bold and I'm going to be brave and I'm going to put this out there to the world. And it was just like this now, where people were writing in, although back then we didn't have this wonderful YouTube live, talk to, this wasn't even around yet, but we were literally meeting each other from all over the world. And I mean it. The very first hangout I was ever in, I was in the same hangout just like this with people from all over the world, different countries, different continents. And what I understood, it didn't matter what language we spoke or what light language or what earth language, what I understood immediately was, one, everyone speaks amazing freaking English across the world. Oh my God, amazing. And how we're all the same. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I thought it would be so different meeting people from all over the world and different cultures and different countries. But you know what? I discovered we're all the same. And I was so excited about that, because here we were in a group of people where we were not afraid to put ourselves out there and do this and say, this is what I came across and this is what I love and this is what I feel passionate about and this is what I want to share. And believe me, it never at that time, and even to this day, it's about the excitement. It's about the passion. It's not about creating a job or a living. You guys, that's the icing. That's the icing. This is the cake. That rest of the money will come. The places to live will come. The relationships will come. That will come. This is the cake. This is the meat of it all. This is what matters. So when like the card says, suffering is a choice. When you can look at, like Alicia just said in that story, when you can look at, as Bashar would say, if somebody says, well, I just lost my job and I lost a place to live and I lost my wife. And you know what's the first thing he's going to say? How exciting! How exciting! Because now you get to do something different. That's why we do this. So sorry, you guys. I know I get loud, and look, I have to laugh because it's 513. 13. And the number 5 is the number for humanity. The only number right in the center of our number system that goes both directions. The symbol of transforming humanity. That's why we came today. That's why I get excited about doing this. And that's why we're here today. So it's not just about light languages. It's not just about channeling. It's not just about connecting to your red and pink and white dragons. It's about owning it. It's about owning that when we were talking to the trees, that Holly taught me how to talk to. I've always talked to the trees, but she taught me to talk to the elementals in a way that I wasn't before. Like not being afraid to walk up to a tree and literally saying, I love you. I see you. Come out and play with me. She has a way of talking to the elementals that I was always like afraid to let myself do. And she's like, well, hello, you guys, and you're so beautiful, and I love you, and can you come out and play with me? And I'm just like, I love you.
Wendy?
So she brought my child out of me and my,
Do you remember on the retreat that you came running up from the lake and you grabbed, I was at the table, I don't know what I was doing, and you said, Holly, you've got to come. The oak wants to talk to you. And I went, what? And
The oak needs,
you
oak
grabbed
tree
me
needs
by
to
the
talk
arm,
to you.
dragged
You're
me
like,
down
come on.
there.
And it was the coolest. And it had this cool hole
A
at the
fairy
beginning.
hole.
And it was like, I knew right away. I said, oh, the fairies are here. Holly, they need to
I
talk to you. The
swear to-
fairies are here.
Yes. And you said, okay, put your hands up on it. And we did. And you went. And then
I was
all
like,
of a sudden- yeah. And then I started to understand. And then next thing I know, it said, would you accept the position to be a guardian of the Oak Collective and teach about the trees? And then I discovered the Oak Collective is the oaks, the redwoods, and the sequoias. And Linda, for some reason, there was this story came to mind that I told her about. One day, when I was sleeping, of course, I ended up being in a redwood forest or sequoia forest somewhere. And I was just wringing my hands, and I don't know why I was wringing my hands or how I ended up there, but I heard a in the background, and I turned around, and there stood a leprechaun. And this is the story I told her, and I just said, oh, hello. And then I went back to wringing my hands, and poof, I was back in my body again. Well, she stopped, and Linda said, you were a sequoia.
I have actually thought I have been a sequoia or a redwood tree. Oh my God, that's so weird.
I'm sure you must have been.
Oh my God.
That's why the whole tree thing is because we were like the leader trees.
Wow. Yes.
That communicate the information from the galactics and source.
Yes.
Not only to each other on the parallel plane, but it's a direct, they're messengers. You know, they flow the source energy down to Gaia, and oh my goodness.
That confirms everything that Bashar said too, because Bashar, and this was many, many years ago, and Bashar said the sequoias and the redwoods, because they are the tallest trees on your planet, they are the main antenna. And every one of them communicates with every other tree all over your planet, and they connect through all the tops of all the trees, as well as through the entire root system. They're always in constant communication. He said they are the antenna of your planet. He says, you guys have got to understand this literally. They are bringing the information. And so when I was in the forest and I started, when the emissaries of the Light Collective made themselves aware to me, they said to me, we want you to speak light languages with your phone and actually, because the trees have information and light codes that we would like you to alchemize with the light languages. And it all started with the trees, Holly. And most of those trees in that forest where I lived were oak trees.
Uh-huh.
See?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
And see, I never really put all of that together, like all of that, but I would talk to the trees and everything, but I never. So when Bashar said that, and just now when you're talking about that it solidifies all of that too. And I wanted to answer too the question in the chat from War Ready too, that I think what we're trying to say is that when the word God has gotten so misinterpreted and so, in so many different ways, but because you can call it like any word you want. But I think what we're trying to say here is that religions and not just religions, but in so many different belief systems and historical and however you want to look at it, we've come to understand that there are like separate, everything's separate from everything else. But what we're trying to understand and then convey is that everything, the way I understand it is the one is the all. So now we're talking about the one today, because today's number one, right? So the one is the all, and the all are the one. Now, the one is what I would call God. So the one that has created all things. We're not talking about this God and that God and this God. We're talking about the one light that created everything, every single planet, every blade of grass, every being, every soul, every oversoul, every angel, every single everything that's ever been in creation. I wish I had my snow globe, but it's like I always look at creation kind of like the idea of a snow globe, and every single thing that's ever been created is inside the snow globe. There's nothing outside of creation. Nothing. It's not possible. Everything that's ever been created is all inside of this snow globe, this tree. Okay. If every single thing that's ever been created is inside of here, how could you ever be separated from anything? Now you can float around in here as one of those little lights and be kind of like a little lost soul in creation, thinking that you're not really connected to anything and that you're just sort of bumping into everybody else. And you have all these reflections of and all that, but you still have this feeling that you're separate from everything. But if you understand you're part of the whole snow globe and you're part of it floating around there like everybody else is and everything else is, and I mean every single everything ever created, if you can put yourself in that kind of a position, that mindset, that will transform how you look at absolutely everything in creation. Everything. Because you understand then, wait a minute, I'm connected to everything. Everything. So, like you guys were talking about earlier, if you shake this up, well, you're going to come across different things and different people and different circumstances and different planets and different things at all different times, depending on what's going on with everybody else inside that snow globe. So when I talk about God, I just think of it, I don't think of it as a being. I think of it as everything that's ever existed is God. And then that would mean everything that exists through it and in it is all part of it, because all of the water, the light that we're all born from, the embryonic fluid that we're all floating around as little starlights in, because you guys, this is what we really look like, as these little starlights. That's really
That was in your light language, Wendy. Something about we are all.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We are all starlight. We are all starlight.
Oh my God. See, and I didn't even.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, so anyway, do you see how, so if that helps answer like the question of, and this is just my perspective, but this is the perspective that I have like gleaned from understanding that nothing ever made any sense to me growing up until I heard that the one is the all and the all are the one. The one that you call God is all that ever existed. And I'm like, now that's the first thing that ever made any damn bit of sense to me ever. I was just like, now that's obvious. To me, that's obvious. So that's just my interpretation. I mean, that's just my perspective.
I have a blessing.
Yes. And we probably should. It's getting to be it's getting to be late here, you guys, and it's been a little over 2 hours, so we should probably do blessings. But yeah, let's do that, and we'll recap any final additions, comments, blessings that you guys want to do. Yeah, let's do this. You guys go and I'll go last. And
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my blessing for you guys is that you stay bright on your each individual unique path, that you work towards your happiness, and that you're able to teach and learn and teach and learn, and that cycle continues, because we are all the teachers and we are all the students. There's never just a teacher and never just a student. It doesn't work that way. So yeah, so that's my blessing for you. Here we go. Guoshotaya sani kuoto paala kuahana saya kuolosho natai a o kubo kishitaya sana a kahala du bulu janatasi kaana niata pala kuonisha amati sa u gawatana ikianasha mahu Bilajo Galianati, Kaana Satiapu, Kalashina Sama, Ala Aha, Gotusianata, Maba Pulikikiana, Naasata, Mahala, Namaste.
You know, it's almost as if I see the being talking, but then what they said to me, what I was hearing was, you are seeing a being, but what you are hearing is the voices of everything. It's like we have to, because we're humans, we need to kind of fit this into a being. But what they're saying was, you have to picture a being, like this high priestess speaking. But what she's saying is, I am speaking the languages of everything. And so they said to me, we literally are speaking every language within that snow globe. And that's the language of absolutely everything. That's why they told me to call this channel Languages of Lights. So very beautiful. Absolutely. That was incredible. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I get so tingly. Oh, this was so great. Thank you, Alicia. Gosh, that was, see, I get really, really
It was for a second there, I thought I was like doing a poem or something.
It felt like that.
There
Like
was this rhythm.
It was just so, it was really, it was so beautiful. I want to say anyway, never mind.
It was decidedly feminine.
I liked it a lot.
That's good. That's good.
I like that. I like that too. Okay, Holly, go ahead.
That's part of what I wanted to just reiterate. Part of today's message, and all of us in pink, and how Wendy had said today's about transformation. And in order to fully step forward in that transformation, in this matriarchal society we were raised in, where the divine feminine was suppressed and removed from our psyche, in order for us to step forward in this transformation and become whole again, it's imperative that you reintegrate that divine feminine. Now, hopefully, maybe we'll have another video, or I'll do one. I have a lovely short little meditation that would pretty easy to remember, very functional, to reintegrate your divine feminine. That's what I've been doing since I first started waking up. I realized that was imperative in order to move forward. So it's the divine feminine saying, take me back. It's time. Hasiania amia shania salama katiana aye asuno siamia siniachia haramia siana princiniama ashimia sana kana lamania asania saniama achania asum sakatsa asiana ayana You all are so loved, so loved. And there are so many of us out here waiting to assist you. And as was said before by the priestess temple, that you just have to acknowledge us. And the moment you do, a whole new portal is awakened and opened. And we were ever so anxious to come through and assist you. So reintegrate that divine feminine of yours and be open to all that awaits you. We're just ready to just flow. Everything you need. Just be open. Be whole. We love you. Namaste.
And I could actually feel the divine sisterhood, the Lemurian sisterhood. I could feel it was like I was hearing, like feeling like every feminine collective, like it was almost like every one of them was present within that invocation. That it was when they were saying we, I was feeling that it was literally the essence, the actual divine feminine essence that surpasses even physical bodies, like surpasses. When we think of the love of Mother Mary, they're saying she was just one, archetype embodying this vast feminine energy that was coming through what you just said. So it was extremely, I feel like, and this is where you guys, we all need to like, it's almost like the stern mother standing up right now and saying, children, you need to understand what you just did. You just changed an entire parallel reality by the three of you, just by the three of you, and all of you that are watching this now and that ever will watch it. That's what this is about. That because everything's now changed. We created we're always creating new parallel realities billions of times per moment. That's not what this is about. This is about an actual transformational collective shift of consciousness of a parallel reality where the feminine collective energy, the divine feminine, is now that layer. A whole new layer of that flower has opened up, and a whole new portal of that loving energy has just now shifted the entire collective consciousness. There you go. And we as humans use colors as permission slips, as activations. And the three of us, how is it the three of us did not speak ahead of time? Alicia didn't even know she was coming, and yet we all wore variations of pink. And so, and even I heard somebody say recently that this year, 2019, the color for 2019 is coral. And when I thought of that, my guide said to me immediately, the white and the red, you guys finally did it. You brought the grounding to the white light crystalline energy, and you brought it together. And this year, pink, coral, the sea, all of that, the mother energy, the womb, the water, all of it, us finally understanding the power that we have to talk to the water in our bodies, the water in everything, and how we are part of that, the Lemurian energy, the Atlantic energy, and then take the star energy, the Sirius energy, all of that. So as we close today, I want all of you to take whatever with you from these sharings. And again, I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. When we change this now, it changes every single cog in all of creation, every single thing. When we change this now, we change. We heal, if you will, all the links. And yet the interesting thing is we're connecting to all the links of each other and connecting the links of all their soul families. And we're connecting the links of, but we're also seeing where the links are also an illusion, that we have linked ourselves to what we call a past, what we call a, and we're understanding we're breaking the chains too. We're breaking the links of this ancestral baggage and crap that doesn't belong to us. It's almost like we're discovering the links of the connections that we all are. And as we heal, we're healing all of the other fractals of ourselves, which are the links connecting. But it's almost like they're telling me it's a paradox. It's a metaphor. It's or not. It's a paradox in that in order to discover the links that you all have to each other, you guys have got to break the links of what you thought was already, you don't have to tie, you don't have to bring in all of this baggage, this and that. And when they say they're talking about physical illness, they're talking about trauma, all of it, every single bit of it. Now, just like that card said earlier, suffering is a choice. You do not need to look at it the same way anymore. It's a different perspective now. Breaking the chains of our beliefs. That's what they're talking about. Breaking the chains of the belief systems that keep you bound to a life that you do not desire. It's that simple. So again, we love this. I love this. I could do this all day long, but you know what? We all have, got to put food in our bellies and rest our bodies. And I've had a very exciting few days, and I just feel so immensely, I feel so grounded today and so calm and so powerfully energetic all at the same time. And this is such, I mean, can we call this a form of bliss? You freaking bet. Yeah, we can. So I thank you, both of you, my high priestess sisters. There's so much more we can share with you. And yes, we will absolutely be doing more of these because this is my highest joy and excitement. And I'm just thankful for this tool and Google Hangouts for as long as it lasts, because we don't know what the future of Google Hangouts and this, being able to live stream to YouTube. So I just want to say to YouTube, please, please, please provide us a tool that we can continue this, because I love this more than anything. And where there's a will, there's a way, and somehow, some way we'll figure out ways to be able to share and do this. And for today, I am just thoroughly enthralled and enjoyed and in deep appreciation to each of my sisters here, to all of you out there who have, again, agreed to step up and say, I'm ready. I'm ready for more. I'm ready to transform. I'm ready to learn and grow. I'm ready to use the tools that I've been given, and know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I am loved, guided, and supported and abundant in everything I do if I just follow my passion and don't expect where it's supposed to take me, except to know beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's going to take you to magical places. And it's been a magnificent ride so far. I cannot even imagine what it's going to be like for the three of us and all of us as we move forward. So thank you to all of you for being here with and alchemizing this day today, and for literally creating an entire new collective consciousness reality. I thank you and I love you. Thank you, all of you, for your interactions, your sharings, your comments. And whenever you watch this, Niasoto hela kori abuko sana sele ila karo shana se. Sene kali andoro kora shana kela eliasa sana kela ila la koriasono liatarashe. La haro koramboko sana teliandarashe loholokoya. And we've barely scratched the surface. Asoko sana telaki sana se. So you will see more of the three of us. I guarantee that. For today, we have created a brand new bond. a new alchemy. 1 and 1 is 3 with the 3 of us. I'm beyond words. Thank you. Nesoto shomei kilakia lohero sana sete saliana ki sotose. I love you all. Mahala, namaste, mokoshe, natya, kaya.